Good morning. We're going to go over Lone Star Rigger number 20. Lo and behold, our first problem set just asks you to describe each multiplication of decimal model. We started talking about multiplication of decimals yesterday. And here you see a representation of 100. All right, and you see each individual little square represents 1/10. And so we have 3/10 times 2/10 here. And we know that 2 times 3 equals 6. And we have a decimal point and a decimal point here and here, correct? 2 times 3 is 6. You have 2 decimal points to the right, so you have this, a 6 here, a 0 there, and there's the answer there. 2 times 3 is 6, 100. 6 out of 100 are shaded. Okay, we're going to let our friends, we'll pause for a second, and then let our friends talk to us about this problem set, and this problem set. Be ready. You never know who I'm going to call on. You could be in the studio audience or you could be out there in television land. B, you're being asked to classify the patterns and write an A above each pattern if it's an additive, if you're adding, or M if it's multiplicative, if you're multiplying. Okay, now boys and girls, I've talked to you about showing your work. When you turn in your work, I want to see the math that you've done to figure out whether this is multiplication, addition, or addition. I will tell you that this is going to be multiplicative. Why? What are we multiplying? This is addition and this is addition. What are we adding? You need to be able to have that in an explanation for me with your scratch paper. C, you find the volume of the prism. That is 72 cubic units. I'm going to expect to see some math, and we'll probably break here and talk for a second about the math involved here. D, we have, you're being asked to use this reference chart to calculate each conversion. I'm going to expect to see those calculations. The answers here, 2 miles is 3,520 yards. 13 yards equals 39 feet. 300 feet equals 100 yards. 84 inches equals 7 feet. 18 feet equals 216 inches, and 1 yard equals 36 inches. Again, no surprise that I'm expecting to see your work. Okay, we're going to look here at this dot plot on number 1. It shows the number of televisions in 47 homes in Ava's neighborhood. Each circle represents 2 homes. So I'm going to expect to see the count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then the rest of the count here on your paper. This is the number of televisions. How many homes do not have TVs, boys and girls? That would be 10. How many homes have 3 to 6 TVs? Looking at this dot plot, I see that the answer would be 16. I need an explanation from you as to why on paper. Number 2, the garden behind Jose's school is 5 meters long and 9 meters wide. Which equation cannot be used to find P, the perimeter of the garden? Well, we have a 9 and a 5, and we have to do that 2 times, so yeah, that would work. That would work, and that would work, because this is all 9 and 5. That's going to be, here is the garden, so we 9 and 5, so we have this side and this side, right? This would not be the right answer. Oops, I should have asked to see your work there. Number 3. Mr. Jenkins, he grew a corn plant that was 135 inches tall. What was the plant expressed in feet and inches? Well, we know that there are 12 inches equals 1 foot. And so we have to figure out how many feet are in 135 inches. I'm going to want to see the math, and that is going to be 11 feet 3 inches. Number 4. Montel. His gray cat weighs 10.3 pounds. His white cat weighs 2 and 15 0.1 pounds more than his gray cat. What is the combined weight of the 2 cats in pounds? Combined, you're going to put them together, and the answer there is going to be B, 22 and 615 pounds. And we're going to talk about Donatello. Donatello's teacher placed 4 index cards upon his desk. His teacher, she wanted him to pick up the card that has the number on it that rounds to 3 4/10 when rounded to the nearest tenth. What card should he pick up? Okay, this would round to 3.5, 3.5, 3.3. D is going to be your right answer. Lovely that the last question and the first question have to do with decimals, which we're working on in class. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please, write on your paper your first and last name, write down how many you missed over 10, and you could also convert that into a percentage. So if you missed 0 out of 10, that's a 100%. And if you missed 1 out of 10, it's a 90. 2 out of 10, it's an 80. 3 out of 10, it's a 70. 4 out of 10, it's a 60. 5 out of 10, it's a 50. So you could put the percentage as well. That would be lovely. We'll start requiring that next week. Monday, ladies and gentlemen, Lone Star 21 is due. If you need copies, please let me know. If you are in the studio audience in person, if you are in television land, please let me know on the chat during our meet lesson. TTFN, friends.